New cue arrived before this match. I had about 20 minutes to play with it before the match started. Let's go. Alright guys, in this one we got PDN versus Doug, 2 skill level 7s, 5-5 race, lagging for the break. Right away, we have no idea what's happening on this one. He gives up as soon as he hits it, but that ball just doesn't stop rolling, so he gets me by a bit. And Doug's going to be breaking the first rack. Alright, Doug to break the first rack. Scratches on the break, makes a solid. Looks like the one ball is down. Alright, so looking at this, that's the only problem right there. Can't really make the 6 anywhere, so I'm gonna go with the stripes on this one. I think what I'm looking at doing was I wanted to drive the cue ball through here a bit, just a bit, but ended up a little higher than I wanted. I was thinking about down here, just a lot closer to the 7, be able to shoot this 10 ball over here, but stuck on the 9. The cue I got, I'm actually going to do a review on. It's not really going to be a review on the cue as much as a feature of the cue. It's the Lucasi Lux 74. I got it just because I needed a unilock joint for the shaft I already had. I didn't want to spend a bunch of money on a temporary cue and a bunch of money on a new shaft for it. So I just decided to get Lucasi Lux. I think I got it for like 600 bucks. Missed that one. Didn't leave him a whole lot. Well, actually, he's not doing too bad. So I have my old Predator shaft. I'm running a Revo 12.4. Kamikaze ultra soft tip, in case you were wondering. He does a good job of breaking the 6 out. Looks like he's got a good line here to break the 2 ball. Might be able to hit the 10. I will say, if you get a new pool cue, get comfortable with it. Don't just jump into a match, especially against somebody like Doug. He's a good player. Let's see what he does with this 10 ball here. Yep. Clears the 10 ball out. Looks like he's got enough angle here to draw this back with a little bit of spin and come up to the middle of the table. You could actually run this one forward and try to hold it a little easier, but he's going for the draw. Ooh, that one gets away from him a little bit. You can still see the 5 though. Five's in the pocket, so you can just hit the left side of this and just bring your cue ball back up this way. If he gets a good look at the 7, he should be out. So anyway, the Lucasi Lux 74 has a matte finish. And I like the look of a matte finish, but what I didn't realize was that the matte finish gives it the exact same glide feel as the shaft of my cue. So the cue feels like one long carbon fiber shaft. And on paper that sounds fine, but I have a really loose grip. So if I don't tighten my grip and using this cue, I was actually slip stroking about at least 2 inches. The cue would slide forward at contact with the ball. And so I started tightening up my grip at contact to stop it from happening. And it just took away any chance I had to follow a cue ball. I've practiced with it a lot since then, And I've even got another match that I played in 9-ball after this that I'm going to put up. I think this is Tuesday's video, so the 9-ball match will be up on Friday. And it's night and day. I got used to the cue, but this is definitely a showcase of... oh, he hits that one thick. This is definitely a showcase of, you know, get used to a cue before you take it into the battlefield. It's bad. And he's a really good player, so this was kind of dumb on my part. Right now I'm looking at leaving the 15 there for a key ball to get on the 8, and just seeing where I need to get on the 10 to get good shape on the 15. So if I can get the ball anywhere here to the 10, I can get on the 15. So I'm just going to use the 12 to get right here, and you play the rest of these in order. So we just do a stop shot there. I'm gonna try to just punch this over a little bit with a little bit of center ball. I'm lining up a lot of draw on this. That was just a bad shot. I could have just punched it over here and had a better line on this ball. I keep having to readjust my grip because I'm so paranoid about it. A lot of it's kind of a head thing, you know. You get something like that, just it sticks in your head like I'm gonna screw this up, I'm gonna screw this up, I'm gonna screw this up, and then you shoot and you screw it up. I hit that ball way too thin. I hit that ball the speed I had down. If I make that ball, I hit it a little thicker, my line isn't straight up the table, my line's a little bit more here. I'm actually parking that cue ball up here, which is what I wanted, but you think about too many things. When you're sure you're going to fail, you start looking around the table when you're down on a shot, and you should never be looking around the table when you're down on a shot. And that's what I was doing. He's trying to decide which way he wants to kick at this ball. That is not the way to do it, because any contact sends the cue ball likely that direction. He wants to kick from over here, so he's going to line that up and send the 8-ball that way. He takes his time, he figures stuff out. I think he's a 7-8, same as me. Alright, so what he's doing here is he's lining up a mirror method for the kick. So he's figuring out his contact point, running the distance from the tip to where it touches the rail, then sliding the cue back, and using like a mirror image off the rail of the cue as to where he wants to aim to try to kick this ball. So he's decided where it is. He took this distance here, doubled it out to here, is aiming this line here to try to hit that ball. It's not a great line, but you get it. Just misses. Just misses again. Doesn't leave me anything. So what I'm looking at on this shot is I'm not trying to be offensive on this shot. I don't really want to make this ball. What I want to do is I want to get the cue ball up here, because he has no shot. He can't bring it back. It's too close to the pocket, and he doesn't really have a kick from up here because there's a 15 in the way. So what I'm lining up right now to see if I accidentally bank this ball in, will I be able to make it from over here? And worst case scenario, I get the cue ball to about there. I overgrip the cue and take all the follow out of it. You can see where I tapped where I was aiming. That's not a shot I miss either. That's not, I mean, following a ball is one of the easiest things in the world. Just couldn't do it. Usually what I do is when I hold the cue, I usually hold it with just these 2 fingers and my thumb, and these 2 fingers are usually just pretty loose on it. And so the cue hangs. I don't have a cue in my hand or in my office right now, but what happens when you tighten your grip, that tip goes down like that. So I'm tightening my grip at contact and taking the follow out of it. a dumb little micro correction that screws up everything, and it was my own fault. I was actually using a bowling ball sander, 2000 grit, to try to take some of the matte finish off of it in between turns. Anyway, Doug's up 1-0 on the next rack. All right, Doug breaking off racket number 2. Drops the 13, the 7, and that 4 ball is going to tie up that 10. He's got options. It looks like the 4 ball might actually still be kind of makeable. If not, it'll be easy to break that 10 out if he goes stripes. He's weird queuing on the 3 if he wants to go to that direction now, so I'll take a look and figure out what he's got. Looks like the 6 and the 11 are both makeable right now. So he's gonna go for the 6. Probably bring this up towards the middle of the table. Nope, just plays the rail, brings it back for the 1. He wants to work on this end first. He's got a bit of an angle on here, so he can either pull this cue ball this way. Okay. I was gonna say, or he could just get it rail up here, play for the 2 ball, but yeah. I like the way he went. That was my first choice. Want to hold the cue ball close to the rail in this shot, so he's going to go for the 2, try to get as close to the rail as possible. The reason you want to be close to the rail is you need that cue ball to come out. If he's straight in, you're playing with the cue ball going this way. You don't want to do that, so he played good shape on this. He's just got to figure out exactly where he wants to put it now. I'm assuming that the 4 looks makeable because he's not really looking at it. Again, I wasn't really watching his shots. I was rigorously sanding a pool cue on the table. It worked, by the way. The wrapless handle part of the cue is no longer ultra slick. Oh, that's an unfortunate roll. Looks like he was just trying to run it down and come back up here, and he might be able to see it from there, but now he's got nothing. Really, really crappy spot to be. Looks like he's going to try to masse through. Hard to do on this new cloth. It's going to slide more than it's going to grab. Oh, he caught the edge of the 15 anyway. And he makes the 9 ball, and he opens up my shot. I think what I have to do now is shoot this 12 ball. Yeah. I'm double checking to make sure the 12 doesn't go by the 4 ball. Now I pulled it all the way back to the rail because I want to follow this ball and I don't want to choke up on it and drop the tip. So this way I'm forced to be able to follow the ball. So I did learn from my mistake in the last rack, but kind of a tough situation. That being said, I also overdraw now because I'm pulling the tip down just a slight bit on my draw shot. Yeah, I'm lucky to hit the 15 there. Really lucky to hit the 15 because otherwise I'm drawing all the way back to here, which I still had a 14 ball if I overdrew it, but that wasn't the plan. So now I'm just overhitting shots, and I've done it in other videos. I've said the same thing, you know, like when you get something in your head, when you're at a disadvantage and you can't shake it, bad habits start to resurface because they can't be on the forefront, you know? So I'm just gonna keep over tapping these shots, which sucks. This one I'm just gonna roll. Little bit of stun over to it, just to try to bring it back to where I want it. Overdrew again. Just looking to put the 8-ball in this pocket here. Taking a lot of time lining it up because I know that I'm not feeling super confident right now. But I center pocket it, and now we are tied 1-1 on to rack 3. Alright, PDN breaking off rack 3. Looks like I rattled the 11 ball. Nothing's gonna drop. Everything moved to the other side of the table though. You know, I actually like shooting the 3 ball here, holding the cue ball and going for the 7, or because the 7 gets you shaped to get this 5 done, but he takes the 9, brushes it off of the 1 on the way by, ends up in a tough spot. I'm not sure he was going to end up in a good spot anyway on that one. The table was a big mess, so you probably felt like getting that 2 ball out of there was going to be a pain in the butt. It looks like the 2 ball plays this way, so I'm not too worried about it. He just runs the cue ball up there. Not to give me a lot to look at. I don't even remember what I shoot at in this shot. Looks like I make the 4 ball. I don't hit anything on the way through. Kind of annoying. Trying to see how I'm gonna get to that 2 ball. I really can't see a way. Just missed the 6 ball, that'll do. I think I was far too preoccupied with getting back up the table, what I was going to use to get up there. Not a good shot at all. Looks like he's going to run the 12 all the way up. Now he's got an option to break the 15 out now if he wants. He's at a really good spot to come over here and tap that, but the only problem you have is you want to hit that too thin because you need that cue ball to come up here so you can see your next shot. Can't really bank on being able to shoot the 15 if you break it out, so definitely need a plan B. Looks like he's going to go for it. Goes around the back of it. And makes his way up the table that way. Not a really big fan of going around the back of it like that. I mean, you got the breakout, but there's a possibility. I mean, he could have left his, he could have left his cue ball here. I'd much rather be aiming for this open space here than this traffic space up here, but it's kind of going to work. He's got a 10 ball on the side if he wants it, and it's going to move the 13 a bit. Ooh, 10 ball comes back out. I don't really have a lot right now. I got a 1 ball, I got a 6 ball, 5 and 3 are trouble, 7's not shootable right now. 6 ball brings me up to the 2, which gets me back out towards the 3 and 5. Don't think I can hold on the 6 there to shoot the 3. Didn't really line this one up. I don't remember if I make this or not. I might not. Okay, I do make it. Yeah, I don't think I'm settled on this shot either. Played that one forward, which was kind of dumb. Could have played that straight across the table. Left myself on the backside of everything. Looking to see if I shoot this 2 ball, am I gonna collide with the 8? You know, where will I be able to hold the cue? So it looks like I decide on going for the 3 maybe? No, I go for the 7 all the way up the table. Yeah, hands were pretty tied. I just had to shoot whatever I could see at that point. He's pretty clearly going for the 11 ball here. You just want to get this cue ball off the rail a little bit, maybe go for the 10. Oh, he plays it into the 13. Takes that one back to get a better angle on the 13. Good shot. Now he's just going to go stop shot here on this 13. Maybe pull it back just a little bit. 15's perfect for getting on the 8. For me, I'm aiming right here and putting a little bit of bottom left on it so I can actually throw it towards this part of that aim spot. And I'm just drawing that ball back this way, just a bit. You don't want to hit it hard, you need the throw to actually connect, so it might not even go past here, which is kind of perfect. Rolling it up into the traffic, I feel like he was just trying to roll it into the 3 to move the 3. It's interesting watching. I mean, we definitely have 2 different styles of shooting. I try my best to avoid hitting balls on the table whenever possible. This is a really good kick on that ball. And doesn't leave me much anything. I get a 2 ball in a weird spot. Now this 2 ball is a little bit more manageable than the last one. It can get me, if I shoot this 2 ball, I'm over here where I have a makeable 3. If I want to shoot the 3 ball now, I can as well. I think I'm going for the 3 now. Pretty easy. Might have played that one a little light. Need a little bit more angle here. So we're just gonna try to go follow in. And I hit that way too hard. Way too hard. I could have hit that short and been okay. So I'm looking at shooting this and just kind of trying to draw a little bit of spin to get the cue ball back over here. It's still too thin for me to do that, which is kind of why I'm standing here now. I think it's way too thin. So what I might end up having to do is just push this and bring it back up the table, and right there where I'm looking at now, that might be where I need to be to shoot that 8-ball. Now I'm remembering how uncomfortable I am with this cue. I landed right in between what I wanted to do with my shots, which, yeah. Juggling between two shots, you have to pick one or the other, man. I was like, well, there's a possibility it might just roll, and if it rolls, I'm gonna get back out to here, since I know I can't hold it here, and I'm right in between those two spots. Stupid. And I overcut that. I jumped up on my shot. Stood right up. Can't give racks away when you're playing against the 7. He's gonna take this 8-ball all the way up, right there where he just pointed. All right, 2-1 Doug. Not looking good. On to rack 4. All right, Doug to break rack 4. One ball goes in the corner. Ball's open up nicely. He has no problems here. This is a pretty standard break and run rack. It looks like he's going to use the 7-ball to come back up the table for the rest of his work. He did overhit that one a little bit. Kind of want to be right around here on this line so he can shoot the 5 and come up here. Kind of work on his stuff that way. Still going to go for it. Hopefully the 10 doesn't get in his way. 10 ball gets in his way. Alright, it looks like he's going to attempt to masse A around a ball. Hopefully he second guesses that idea. Pretty sure he's got a nice 2-rail safety if he wants to go where he can 1-rail into the 3. Yeah. Glad he favored the defensive move there instead of what he was thinking about doing. I don't know if I have the angle right or not, but I think that coming back here and hitting those might not have been a bad idea. He still might have left me a 13. It worked out okay for him. The 13's tied up. It's going to be tough for me to make that. So I decided to play a safety here because I don't like my chances of getting decent shape over there or running up to 13. Kind of want to let him do it. Looks like I left him a bit of a gap though, so not the best safety. He messes around, catches part of a 6, so what I'm looking at here is just rubbing the 11 and putting the cue ball back up by the 14 ball. The one thing I need to do is not get locked in on the fact that I need to move that 13. Like, moving the 13 is very important. I'm not going to be able to finish the rack unless I move the 13. However, 13's not going to matter if I don't make any other ball on the table. So I'm just tying them up a little bit. And he gets a massive roll. Now I want to try to hit this 13 thin. I think I'm trying to kick at the this part of the 13 here so I can send the cue ball this way. And I hit it fat. I hit it fat, I hit it fat, I hit it fat. So stupid. I almost cheesed it in. That was 100% trying to hit the other side of that ball. Now I've given him the perfect angle to play this 4 ball, break up his mess. He's just got to draw a little bit. As long as he doesn't lose that cue ball, he should be out. I think he's got a perfect angle to get on the 6. He's just going to send the cue ball this way. He can roll it up if he wants for the 2, but the 2 looked pretty good for getting on the 8, so... Now he's going to make sure to leave himself a little bit of an angle on the 2. You don't want to get straight in. You also don't want to get too steep on it. So just run this into the rail and come off a little bit. And he overhits it. I might shoot that one with inside just to check the speed and hold the cue ball over here, but it's easy to say here in this seat. Drills that cut on that 2 ball. It was a really good shot. I tried to throw the ball at a cue ball so he can't make it. He played that one really well. And the cue ball gets a nice roll after hitting it, rolls up on the 8 ball pretty perfectly. And we are on to rack 5. I'm down 3-1 and I suck at pool. All right, rack 5. Dug breaking. Cue ball goes in. Nothing else does from the looks of things. Yep. Dry break, ball in hand. Stripes don't look horrible, to be honest. The 5 and the 2 look pretty rough. However, I don't really have a lot of stripes that I can shoot at. Except for that 12, which would have been great if I could have put the cue ball there. But I remembered what league we're in. Looking at shooting the 14 ball, maybe holding the cue ball for the 15. Seems like it might be doable. Laying pretty good on that one. Got a good shot on the 15. Do I play this out for the 12? Or do I play it out for the 11? I'm looking to play it out for the 12. So... with any luck, I don't overhit this one. Just gotta keep my head down, which I do. Overhit that one. Now I'm gonna have to make a mess if I go for the 12. Probably should not have taken this shot. Ooh, okay, good. I sneak it by. Probably should have shot the 10 ball here. Leave myself an awkward 13 ball shot. This rack just went south. So I play for, I was actually probably trying to put it about here. It's a much better spot to be on this 9 ball. And then I've got to figure out how to get back for that 10. Should have shot the 10 2 balls earlier. I'm actually trying to see if there's any way I can put the cue ball right here. You know what? I wasn't too far off. I think if I missed that one, I might actually get pretty close to hitting that 10 ball. Still, shouldn't have been in that position to begin with. It's important to take your time and look at those shots. I kind of rushed around to that shot, and I am paying the price for it right now. Just gonna go for a 2 rail behind it, try to put it in the side pocket. Not my best 2 rail shot. Also, he's got a lot of clusters like these. When I come to the table and my opponent only has 1 ball, I'm looking for clusters like that. That's a really good spot to play a safety. You can break up your balls, you can leave anything in there. It's going to be really tough for me to get out of there, especially when no jump cues are allowed or anything like that. Doesn't get the best roll in that shot. He's in a really good spot on the 7 ball. He's got a lot of options here as to what he wants to do with it or what he can do with it. Almost misses the 7 ball. I might like shooting that with a little bit more forward and spin, so we're getting the cue ball to come down this way. If you overhit shape on the 1, you've got a 2 ball you can play across the table. You're breaking up your shots there and you're doing well, but going back to this little wall here, perfect spot for him to play safety anyway. The second I saw it on the table that I left it there, I was like, well, I'm gonna have to shoot from behind that at some point in this match. Just missed my 2 railer. Made the cue ball though. Walked away in disgust and shame. This is pretty easy here. If he just gets if he gets his cue ball like anywhere in this area right here, he's done. He's done. All right, he's up 4-1 and on the hill. He's like, I still had 3 balls left, and I'm like, yeah, you played that one great. He was like, stop shot, 8 ball. And even if he wasn't straight in on one of them, it was still stun shot, stop shot, 8 ball. So he's shooting well enough. I don't care. I don't want to play with that cue tonight. It's not going well for me, and it's in my head. But on to rack 6. Let's go. All right, Doug breaking rack 6. Ten ball finds a way in. 15 ball finds a way in. 13 ball was searching for a way in. This is 13, runs into the 6. Runs his 11 into the side, plays out for the 14 in the side, and has enough angle to move the 12. So he's just got to run this one a little forward. Push his 12 ball to here and leave his cue ball here. Don't want to kill this one. Kills it. All right, leaves me a 1 ball shot. This is ugly. Not a fan. This is manageable. I'm deciding if I want to just go into it and mess it up now, or if I want to play for something else up the table. It looks like I'm going to try to mess it up now. Only thing I do is mess it up worse and get his 9 ball out of there. I'm not even really... I wish I wasn't blocking the camera at that point. That would have been a nice one to see, because it looked weird. Tried to push the 4 ball closer to the side so I could use it to get around the table. In a perfect world, I get the 4 ball out here, and then I have room to play into these. Figure since it's not helping me, I may as well use it to get onto the 6 ball. Underhit it a little bit, can't get to the 6 the way I wanted to. Wanted to use the 6 to get a better bank shape on the 7 ball. Break out the 3-8. Looks like I'm going to try to move something around. If I had known I was going to hit that one so well towards the pocket, I might have tried to make it. But I was just trying to leave the cue ball up against the 8 ball. Leave him only a look at the 12 that didn't look that good. He's got to hit this 12 ball just right. Bumps his 14 ball. He catches that 14 on the fat side, and it's a different story. Just gets a nice bump on it. Now he's got a really tough one here. He's got to thin this 9, and he's got to take about 3 rails to get on the 14. He takes 2 rails, goes around the backside of it. He's got a line from where that 7 is, that's about that big. So he's got to land on that line basically to be able to make the 8 ball. And he can barely get by the 6 here. Just gets by the 6. Just comes right out and parks on that line. I told him, I said, you know, if he's a little bit more confident about that shot, he might underhit it and leave it back behind the 6, or, you know, it's so weird how this game works sometimes. But he gets me 5-1. He shoots great. I shoot terribly. Wish I could have given him a better game. Wish I could have been a little bit more comfortable with that new cue, but we're learning. Good news is, it's a night and day when I bring it out to my 9-ball match, and I'm looking forward to doing the commentary on that one. That one's next. So if you like this one, be sure to like, punch the subscribe button if you haven't already. We are over 500 subs. However, YouTube has not given me the green light on linking my merch yet. I'm waiting for them to finish some reviews and whatnot. However, memberships and supers and all that stuff are being activated. I'm going to get cool little badges. The live streams will be coming up soon. Hopefully I can put them together. I am doing a cue review, not the specific cue, but I want to talk about matte cues and how weird that is. So I'm going to do that, and yeah, that's pretty much it. I might do some other videos. I had thoughts of doing a 500 subs video where I actually answer some questions like, what on earth does PDN mean, and things like that. So we'll see. Let me know in the comments what you guys want to see from me, if that's something you'd like to see. I'll see you guys in the next one though.